I know it's been feeling like this year of anime has been in a bit of a drought, especially after that rush of Solo Leveling Season 2, seeing the Ant King destroy S-Ring Hunters and our boy Sun Jin Woo pop up. I think we all can agree that energy and aura from Solo Leveling Season 2 really killed off the hype for anything else that came out these last few months. Anime streets have been dry, so you guys know me, constantly looking, searching for my next fix. Anime shit is like crack, especially these fight scenes, so I'm constantly looking, searching, and that's when I see it. Niggas with strong hands getting to it. It's all about that action. Now, Ed. This shit is so crisp and clean that while you niggas sneaking off the goon, I'm sneaking off to finish this fight. And the whole time these niggas getting it in, I had to stop and think, wait, why is these niggas banging so hard? And that takes us back to the beginning. This anime is Super Cube, so we gotta break down the action, everything within this show, the story. Not much of a story, just everything that goes on within this anime, because it gave me a little of that hype and energy back I felt from Solo Leveling Season 2. When I tell you these niggas strong hands for the fun of it, not a joke at all. Let's get right into it. So Super Cube kicks things off with this guy just walking casually down the street, and off rip you could just tell he has maxed out aura. If you guys watched anime, it's two clear signs to how much aura, power, and ability one has. The first sign is the hair. Hair color is a clear indicator if someone is him or not.
That is not true.
You could be him and have black hair, but if you have any other crazy color, purple, green, yellow, orange, and the biggest of them all, white, obviously white. They have some legends with the white, the Killuas, the Gojos, the Kakashis. If you have a random color of hair, there's a 50% chance that you're one of them in your universe already. Your chance of your stats and abilities being better are just higher in general off your hair color. As we can see, the nigga off rep has purple hair, so that's something to look out for. But then the attire, what sets them apart, give them this level of coolness, mystique. Well, this nigga here, he's rocking a trench coat, and not only is he's rocking it, he's not fully wearing it. That automatically adds aura points.
He got that shit on though.
So off rip, you know he's one of them guys, and we see that immediately where we see this random civilian girl in the library, and these men just start hawking her down. And who comes in for the save? The purple hair nigga. And I ain't gonna lie, this show don't explain anything. Barely hear any names. You don't get explanation of the powers, abilities, or what the whole controversy around this girl even is. But what you are gonna get is clean animation and straight hands, fisticuffs, off rip every single time. Immediately we get the fade. He put the girl down safely, like, let me get to work, and he starts beating the shit out these hooligans. 1v3 with the trench coat still equipped. Not only that, but uses it as a weapon of his own. Kicks this nigga in the balls and then somehow re-equips the trench coat. You gotta keep that trip on deck. Then they take off into the sky. Once again, I don't know how any of these guys' powers and abilities work, how they're doing all this, but all I know is he can't be fucked with. He seems unstoppable, that guys are even starting to pull out the blickies. And at this point in the show, the animation studio is just pulling out fuck you money. I don't even know what is happening. He's in the sky fighting with this guy. He tries to throw a whole damn building at him, and he just throws it back, destroys it. He has this calm, slick demeanor, once again just adding up those aura points, and he just flattens this guy. We get this big gigantic explosion that is just looks amazing. Once again, animation quality on 10, explanation and story, we're still on 0. We haven't received anything yet, but this looks absolutely insane. And just like that, it looks like he reverses time and the girl he saved ends up back at the library.
How? Hold on, bro. How? How you? I'm saying, how? Like, talk to me, bro.
And we're right back where we started. Now, are we gonna get a full explanation before the end of this season?
No.
But it is here when he rewinds time that we actually meet our main character, Wang. And you can see he has black hair. Doesn't mean he's automatically not him, but the chance is very likely that he's not him.
A few moments later.
We immediately see he's not him. We get a time jump to where they're now in college and they just straight up admit that they liked each other. It felt so awkward and out of place, and it's something you really don't see in anime a whole lot. But she tells him, Shin Yao, the girl who got saved when they were younger, tells him that she likes him. And because of this, these niggas start hating that she's choosing. Like, what type of hate ass shit is this? And they decide to try to bitch him out his spot and say leave her alone. And they call her up on the phone, try to embarrass this nigga, tell this nigga to give up his bitch, say he never gonna talk to her ever again. And this nigga is like,
nah, I'm gonna do my own thing,
saying he's willing to die about it.
What?
And no, that's not an exaggeration. He's really willing to die about it. He headbutts the nigga and dives into the water, and he's really ready to drown. And I'm like, okay, this is a bit crazy. Like, I didn't think this was the route it was gonna go. But randomly, he finds this cube in the water, and obviously that's how you get the name, Super Cube.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
This cube then gives him this superhuman powers and abilities. One that allows him to teleport very briefly for a very short amount of time to very specific places. And his combat abilities are automatically increased. So the system in Supercube does work a lot like Solo Leveling, where there is like a voice that he talks to that gives him directive orders, speaks to him. This thing has a power radar like it's Dragon Ball Z, reading enemies' power levels. We're about to get to that next. Helps him pull items from his inventory out of thin air, once again like Solo Leveling. Now we get to the part where we finally get to see this in action for the first time. Going into the next day, he has to go to class. He has to pick his life back up, act like none of this ever happened. And the gang members, yes, they're in a gang. I forgot to even mention that, the Northern City Gang or something. These niggas pull up to his class looking for this nigga.
She doesn't even go here.
Do you even go to this school?
No.
And his girl is in the class with him, and he's hiding behind a book, and he talks to the cube, and the cube tells him the other nigga's power levels, and he's like, hey bro, you could take him. He's hyping him up like, hey, you got this. So he finally decides to stand up for himself and tells dude, leave him alone, leave his girl alone, and go about his business.
Gonna get it, motherfucker. That's right. You and me, right now. We're having it out. Let's go. Come on. Come on.
And the leader of the gang tells him, all right, cool, talk that shit now, but meet me after school and we're gonna see if you still standing on everything you saying. So after school, our boy Wang pulls up to the gym and it's a whole room full of gang members. Now, once again, the cube is helping him out, giving him answers and directives, telling him, hey, it's like 15v1. There's a 20 to 30% chance you could win this. So he decides, fuck that, I'm gonna talk shit, instigate some shit, and try to run the ones with a few niggas. So first thing they do is throw the best fighter in their gang at them, and this nigga has no stamina. He has flight reacts level up stamina, where as soon as the fight starts, the Gatorade symbol is instantly blanket next to his name, and Wang is just dodging the fuck out his shit like it's Ultra Instinct. Actually, it doesn't even take that much energy and effort because this nigga is so damn slow, but he easily weaves and boxes this nigga up, and he's the strongest in their crew. So when they see him get taken out so easily, they're like, fuck that, we not running the ones no more, we jumping this nigga, and they all decide to go at him together. And this is where the real boxing once again commences, where we see this nigga Wang we see all his arsenal, from a spin kick to a hook. This nigga Wang have to bob and weave. He's having to do everything to keep these niggas at bay, and these niggas are cheap shotting him from behind, and he like, fuck this nigga, went up and hit him with the Draymond Green special, had him flying across the room. Everybody is amazed. He's just giving all of them the beats and ends up throwing one of the guys at Sun Jun, the leader of the group. And this is the Northern City Gang, I believe I told you guys. So while all this is going down, the Southern City Gang comes in, and they're heckling Sun Jun, telling him his group is weak and shit like that, can't handle one person, and they think they could get in on it too. And that doesn't work either. Wang starts talking shit to them, and they start rushing him, trying to bush him, and he starts doing the dash on the ass.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
But then the cube tells him his ability to teleport is back, and he utilizes this to his advantage once again and turns the lights off. And with the lights off, he's obviously at a huge advantage. He's teleporting and boxing the fuck out these niggas once again, basically eliminating 2 games all by himself, giving them the business. And when the lights come back on, he's carrying one by the collar and talking shit to Sun Jun. They eventually come to a deal that, hey, I'm gonna let you go, I'm gonna even give you credit for beating me up, but you never mess with me and Shin Yao ever again. And this nigga Sun Jun, of course, has to fold and accept this deal. Wang gets out of this. Of course, him and Shin Yao bring the teacher to settle the dispute going on in the gym. After this, we then get leaders of the North and South Gang linking up with one another, creating a plan to take down Wang, to get their revenge against him. And to do this, they're gonna use Shin Yao. Once again, bad mistake on their part. To do this, they know that Shin Yao was the girl that was saved by the purple haired nigga when they were younger. So they know a mob boss who's trying to find the purple haired nigga with these abilities and power. So they think if they take Shin Yao, who's close to Wang, and also drag out this purple haired nigga from hiding because he's possibly gonna come save her again, they could get their revenge in one fell swoop. And they decide to do this. After Wang and Shin Yao go on a first date, everything's going great, he brings her home, she ends up getting kidnapped by them. And of course, Wang immediately knows that the leader of the North Gang had something to do with this, and he pulls up on them. He runs down the whole backstory about Shin Yao getting rescued, how the leader of the Southern Gang wanted revenge on Wang. He kidnapped her and gave him to this mob boss. Now this mob boss is where shit gets interesting. Obviously, they was expecting the purple hair nigga to pull up, so he has multiple floors and levels before Wang or anyone else could reach him. So he put enemies and fighters on every single level of a certain power, paid them money to eliminate anyone who enters the building. And this means Wang has to go through an entire gauntlet to save Shin Yao, get his girl back, and he's not even the primary target. But he says, I don't give no fucks, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to bring my girl home. And this is where the hands are elevated to a whole new level. Let's get into this gauntlet. Now for each of these matches, the mob boss got his girl watching this shit like it's live on pay-per-view, the biggest fight of the year, and she's worried, of course, seeing Wang pull up trying to save her, because obviously he hid the fact that he knows how to fight. He has his superpower and abilities now. But his first matchup is just against this big ass brute guy, and they get right to it, throwing the hands, the fisticuffs, getting their shit off. And Wang immediately is just overpowered, so he has to use his speed and technique to his advantage, using maneuvers, spinning back kicks, and this little lightning that be flashing from him, it just looks so sick when he utilizes it. But the brute not going down without a fight. He's gonna make it tough and scrappy. He catches one of his punches, slams him on the ground, then tries to stump his head through the floor. Of course he misses. Wang hops back up and he utilizes his speed more than ever. He now has a plan, so now he's dodging, maneuvering, has him attacking, hitting the wall, creating space, all just to set him up and hit him right where he wants to. He whips out a hammer and smacks this nigga with it straight from out the inventory, giving Wang his first win of this gauntlet and already letting us know from here on out he's not playing fair. He's gonna do whatever it takes to get his girl back. Now, as he's making his way to the next fight, it starts almost immediately as the guy throws a kunai and then sneaks attacks him off guard, kicking him down the stairs, almost making him fall to the ground. And he said, "I'm gonna meet you upstairs." He was like, "I don't know how you beat my nigga Pablo, but you not beating me. Meet me upstairs." And this guy likes to use the dark to his advantage, but what he doesn't know is that, of course, Wang has the perception ability to see anything within 30 meters of him, whether it's dark or anything like that. We already seen it when he used it to beat up the South gang in the gym. The darkness is not a disadvantage for him. Immediately, he's trying to sneak attack him once again, catch him off guard, but this time it's not working out like that. Wang is able to evade the moves immediately, and then they get straight to the hands as the guy is trying to use the kunai to cut him up. He even throws it at him, and Wang dodges, and he has the ability to bring it back. Wang then does this crazy backflip into him and kicks him in his shit, sending him backwards, and he starts to yawn. He's like, "This shit is boring. You are not who you think you are." So this guy decides to go back into the shadows, trying to hide and sneak attack once again, but Wang is on point this time, turns around and bitch slaps the nigga. He continues to try to use his speed to his advantage, but Wang is easily able to keep up with everything he got going on. So when he rushes in for the final blow, Wang pulls out a bat and whacks him in his balls with the shit, putting him down once and for all, taking out the second enemy easier than the first. This nigga was talking shit, talking about, "I don't know how you took down Pablo." Nigga, you are trash. But Wang has to stay on his toes because his next opponent is gonna be his hardest, and he's trying to give him props for making it this far, and Wang immediately sneak attacks him like, "Hey, y'all been playing dirty, I'm gonna do the same." But this nigga has grown man strength. He tanks that, grabs Wang, slams him on the ground, and puts this nigga in a chokehold. He's literally trying to make him submit, quit. Wang ends up spawning a kunai from his inventory. The man stops it, but Wang teleports it to his other hand, slices him, and sets himself free. And this is where the hands once again begins. This guy, pure aggression, built like a tank. So he's kicking and throwing Wang all around. Wang tries to go off the wall like he did the other niggas, but that doesn't work. He catches his leg, once again slams him to the ground. Wang works his way back to his feet, throws a punch. He catches it and snaps his arm, throws him back against the wall, and hits him with a deadly punch. And he thinks he's down for the count, but Wang, this is where he gets the power up. This is where he gets the MC plot armor treatment. He throws off his jacket and he's like, "Thanks for the warm up. The fight has officially started." His aura is literally pulsating at this point. So the guy is ready for round 2 and goes up for a bear hug, but he doesn't realize this isn't the same fight as round 1. Wang pulls up super fast and gives him a barrage of punches to the body. But this new upgrade and power is so overwhelming that Wang can't fully control it. So this guy is trying to say, "Don't underestimate me. I'm not down for the count." And he tries to attack, but Wang's aura is literally stopping this guy from being able to put his hands on him again. And with that happening, Wang then sends him flying backwards and gives him no time to rest, pulls up with another punch, sends him flying into the wall, and then charges this mega punch. This is looking like a gone rock from Hunter x Hunter, and puts him down for the count once and for all, securing his 3rd victory. And with Shinya watching his fight, she's finally realizing, hey, I chose the right nigga. He's him.
You are you, but he is him.
But this brings us to the biggest battle of them all, of the entire season. This is probably what had everyone going crazy on social media area, making them rave about Super Q, had everyone go check it out. And this is what made me check it out, this fight in particular, and I had to see everything that led up to this moment. Wang versus Chu Mushan, and this nigga with this puppet on his shoulder, they were looking for a fight. Once again, these people were paid for when bro with the purple hair pulled up, but with Wang being able to take out majority of them by himself, Chu wanted the ones with Wang. He said he needed to see who was the best, and he pulled up on him and he was ready to go. And this fight is just pure magic. And this fight immediately kicks off with a bang as this guy jumps off the ledge, sends Wang flying back against the wall before he could even know what hit him. And he's not letting up. He's letting Wang know, hey, that brute strength you've been winning with, it won't be enough against my magic. And Wang is like, man, fuck what you talking about. Picks up the bottle, starts slinging them, and this guy is destroying them easily. So Wang runs up, tries to kick. This guy falls on his back, flips him over. Wang hops back to his feet, and then they get to throwing the hands as usual, pulling up on one another. The hands in this fight are lethal and they're non-stop. This is the best hands I've seen in forever, and none of them are giving up an inch. Wang falls back on the chair, hops back up, throws the paint, uses the chair as a weapon. Chu is not letting up. He's keeping the advantage. So Wang has to kick dust in his eye so now that he can retreat and Wang could go on the offensive. The hands once again commence. Chu is trying to keep his distance and get away. He climbs up to the ledge, but Wang isn't too far behind him. He's constantly throwing hands and then kicks them both to the ground through the building, and he's continuing pressuring, and Chu starts using his techniques and abilities. He puts a seal on Wang's body, sends him flying back, and sends him crashing through the wall to take control. And then he whips out his puppet, and the puppet is sending all types of key blasts that Wang is just having to dodge, get out the way from, and he's running, dodging, spinning, kicking, getting closer to the puppet, and sends him crashing to the ground. Wang standing tall, Chu then pops up behind him to sneak attack him, and he lands the hit, and Wang starts spitting out blood all in his face, and Chu is loving it. But what he doesn't realize is Wang is grabbing a hold of his hair, and he throws a mean punch right back and sends Chu flying to the wall. Wang put everything he had into that punch, and he thought the fight was over, but Chu, he rises like the Undertaker, and not only does he rise from the dead, he then transforms. His hair turns white, he starts getting this pink aura and mystique around him, and now phase 3 of the fight has officially kicked off, and he's on go time. There's nothing Wang could do at this point but get speed blitzed, as Chu is now running in his shit from pillar to post. He doesn't get a single moment to rest. Chu is just completely overpowered him. He tries to fight back to no avail, as Chu flips this nigga upside down, puts a seal on his stomach, and sends him flying once again, almost falling off the skyscraper to his death. He luckily stays on his feet. A bunch more key blasts come from the puppet, and now the puppet and Chu are working together in tandem. Wang, realizing he has to separate the two, targets the puppet, but not realizing Chu has him on a string, so he spins and swings Wang all around the skyscraper in a whirlwind, crashing into the wall once again. And Wang, still ready to fight, doesn't remember that Chu put a seal on him earlier, and that seal creates a heavy weight that pulls Wang down to the ground and leaves him open and vulnerable to a big attack and explosion from Chu. Chu now thinking the fight is over and he has won, but Wang, once again using his inventory to his advantage, pulled out a shovel, and he's aura forming in this clip right here. Chu is in disbelief, and Wang tries to talk his shit, but Chu immediately goes back on the offensive and sends the puppet. But Wang is like, I understand it now, and he completely obliterates this puppet. Says he's been saving his trump card, but he finally used it and destroyed the puppet once and for all. And now he was able to grab the string that Chu threw towards him, and now they're in a game of tug of war. And thing that Chu doesn't remember is he put the seal on Wang's arm that's heavy as fuck. So he's trying to pull it, but Wang is too strong and powerful at this point. He's able to slingshot Chu towards him and is bouncing him back and forth like a yo-yo, bouncing this nigga more than Megan Thee Stallion bounced that ass. And he sends this nigga twirling towards the other end of the skyscraper against the wall, and he's officially out cold. His hair goes back to black, and Wang finally believes he has now won the fight. But wait, because the fight is still not over. Puppet was set to detonate, so Chu jumps out the building himself, and he's about to throw a bomb in it to completely take down the whole skyscraper. But all of a sudden nothing happens, and he's confused. Wang comes crashing out of the building, and Chu immediately throws more bombs, blowing up all the debris, and Wang, he starts swinging in the air, but Chu then throws a bunch of these talisman and tags onto the falling debris in the air, is able to land on one and then redirect the rest at Wang, knocking him down towards the ground. So he throws another piece of debris at him filled with bombs this time, and when it hits him, the bombs disperse surrounding him and a full-on explosion takes place, and it looks like the end of Wang. But then he sees Shen Yao reaching out for his hand, and he reaches back. Once again, that MC plot armor comes into effect and helps our boy Wang out. He locks in one more time and attacks Chu while falling from mid-air. Not only this, he lets out a final barrage of punches as they both go twirling towards the ground. But just as they're about to face the full impact of falling from the sky, Wang transports himself into his cube safely, then returning, ultimately winning the fight once and for all. And he still has one mission on his mind: to go and save Yao, even in the condition he's in. So he immediately hops back to his feet and goes to get her. Just as you think him and Yao about to get a happily ever after, there's a bomb underneath her chair as well. Mr. Liu, the mob boss, locks them in the room, and he can't use his teleportation ability. So he decides the safest place to put the bomb is in the cube and everything will be okay. But he forgets the fact that the puppet had a detonator inside of it, so when the bomb explodes in the cube, it completely incapacitates him. And Mr. Liu pulls up with the blick and shoots Shen Yao in the back and runs off. Wang is trying to muster any strength he has left to get her to a hospital, but he's simply just not strong enough, doesn't have the energy or time. But you know who does? Yes, purple hair nigga finally pulled up. His name is like Quinn, Ken, or something like that. I don't know how to say his name. I've been calling him purple hair nigga the whole video. But he just takes Shen Yao from Wang and tells him, you can't even protect yourself, there's no way you can protect her. And he completely just leaves with her and tells him, you know nothing about this world you're entering into, the superpowers or any of that. And he literally just takes Shen Yao and leaves Wang there to sit in his failure that he didn't rescue his girl. After the entire gauntlet he then went through, he didn't even accomplish his goal. He lost the love of his life, and they don't even explain her importance, the importance of this purple hair nigga, none of the powers or abilities. It completely ends off right here, the first arc of the story, where we basically get no answers, all action. Overall though, that's it for this video. In my outros, when I do these videos, I like to give more of a realistic and less like being sarcastic and funny side and approach to how I actually felt about the show that I'm breaking down, reviewing, memeing, or whatever. So for this Supercube, how did I really feel about it? It's solid, to be honest. Like the storyline wise, like I said, it don't really explain much. It's pretty fast paced if you guys like that. Like I said, the action is amazing. The animation, they got fuck you money, the shit is wonderful. They put they all into it, and that was just the first arc. They have another like crazy 2 fights that happen later on in the show, but this video was already so long and took so much work to make that if you guys love it, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I can make a part 2, but it did give me that Solo Leveling feel. But once again, it doesn't really explain much. I don't know how much longevity it's gonna have. I enjoyed it. It was only like 12 episodes. I think a lot of you guys could get something from it at the very least. I think, like I said at the beginning, I'm not really feeling this season of anime. I'm gonna finish Windbreaker season 2, probably make a video on that as well, catch up on Fire Force, and I want to check out To Be Hero X. I've been hearing buzz around that over the last few weeks. I don't even know what it's about, but you guys put some recommendations down for videos, specific anime that you think I will like and check out. Overall, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.